Hello, folks. Today we'll be reacting to the craziest meals ever eaten on my 600 pound life. Let's go.
The patients on My 600 Pound Life eat some of the craziest meals ever seen on TV, and in this video we're going to break down the most insane, looking at the calories, cost and more, starting with James B, the man who is addicted to getting food deliveries. James's story was in season 10 of the show.
Damn, season 10. How many seasons does this show got? Let me see. What up? How many of my 600 life? Right there. Ignore any spelling mistakes. 13. How do you have 13? Oh my god. Oh. How do you have 13 seasons worth of people 600 plus? That's crazy in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I'm big, but not like big like that. I can move around still. I shouldn't be saying that. Anyway, let's go back.
And he weighs in at a staggering 625 pounds, which won't come as a surprise when you see what he orders in for his breakfast. Obviously, I'm not American, but from the order he places, it sounds like he's ordering from IHOP, and he shares how excited he gets when he orders food.
The amount of stuff that you could get is just crazy. So I
What is this angle? What the hell is this angle? They're purposely doing this to the man. They said, let's make this nigga look fat as fuck. That's crazy, bro.
I get excited. It's like the Super Bowl. You can get whatever you want now. You understand?
He lists off his massive order of food, which is just an insane amount for an entire family, let alone one man. Some of these items have been removed from the IHOP menu, so we'll be going with the closest item currently on their menu.
All right. Can I get the 2 slices of Steakhouse Premium Pancake? Can I get the Game Day Family Feast? Can I get the original French toast?
The game day family feast already some biggest fan. He ordering one on top of that. It's crazy.
His first order of Steakhouse Premium Pancakes consists of 2 pancakes with smoked bacon pieces and caramel sauce, and he orders 2 of these. He then adds a
Damn.
Game Day Family Feast, which consists of 8 pancakes, 8 bacon strips, 4 servings of scrambled eggs, hash browns, and 8 sausage links. And he isn't done yet. He orders some original French toast and finally 2 slices of ham. In total, this mammoth breakfast comes to $84 and around 7,500 calories.
7,500. I don't even have. I can't even check how much I eat, but damn. It's more than that, bro. God.
And he hasn't even brushed his teeth yet. It seems hard to believe that it totals this many calories, but seeing the amount of food on the table in front of him shows the reality of the situation. The most shocking part about this is that he actually finishes every single item he orders and still wants more.
So when breakfast is over, then I'm
Wanting more is crazy, but I feel like as a bigger person, I'm not losing weight. Like, how should I say this? Stop being like that. To keep the weight consistent, right? You gotta overly eat more and more. So like, let's say you're 250, two something, and like you eat 4,000 calories, 6,000 calories a day. If you eat less than that, you'll start losing weight. That's the thing. And sometimes some people don't want to, some do. It really depends on the person. And I couldn't tell you.
already thinking about lunch. I do get full, but it's temporary. Then I'm already back on the phone, looking on what I'm gonna get for lunch.
But get
Now,
rid of this
obviously,
angle.
James needs to change his eating habits quickly if he wants to lose weight. And my newsletter, The Fat Loss Kitchen, could be the key for him and anyone
These
else looking to
ads,
lose weight while not eating boring meals. Every single Friday, I will
that
send
is
you a
a
recipe
ad.
for one. James isn't the only patient with a big appetite for breakfast, as Dolly, who appeared in the same season, shocked viewers with the sheer amount of eggs she uses every single day. Dolly Martinez is someone my subscribers already know all about, as I've just released a video calling her the most immature patient ever on the show, and for good reason, after she moved into a drug den to avoid Dr. Now. But her
Okay.
diet is somehow even more shocking than that. She lives with her best friend Cheyenne, who to be honest could also be a star on the show, and this means that they both indulge each other's bad habits. So when Dolly asks for 15 eggs for breakfast, Cheyenne didn't bat
15. Man, I don't even eat more than 4. 6 is the max, but that's like for the whole family. 15 for ooh, 15 for one person? It must taste terrible. No matter how much seasoning you put on there, it must taste terrible.
an eyelid. Obviously, egg prices are insane at the moment in America, with a dozen eggs costing around $5.50. So, on average, the amount of eggs alone probably cost her $7. To make matters worse, a single egg has around 70 calories in, and not even taking into account the oil she used for cooking, this is around 1,100 calories worth of egg. And she
I get
doesn't
shit.
stop there, adding as much cheese as she could physically hold into her eggs. Obviously, there's no exact number here as she just gets a fistful, but let's be generous and say that that's 500 grams of cheddar cheese, which would be yet another 2,000 calories, bringing breakfast to 3,100 calories. It should come at no surprise then that when she's finally weighed, the scales show a staggering number.
Step down. We're gonna be going to room 5.
How did that happen? It's actually a lot more than I thought I was going to see. There's no way I gained that much. So that makes no sense. That's impossible unless my scale at home must be wrong.
Somehow Dolly thinks that her diet couldn't have brought her to that weight, and Dr. Now was quick to explain how dangerous her situation had become.
All right, so you are 593 pounds and you're 5'2",
Yes, sir.
so your BMI is 108. So that's
BMI 100. Damn. I think my BMI is like 35, yeah. But damn. Damn. How much muscle would that leave you with? I'm not calculating. Fuck it.
very high BMI, and your body is under a lot of strain because of that.
And just like Dolly, Maya's body was under a lot of strain too, caused by her addiction to fast food drive-thrus. Maya appeared in season 7 of the show and started her episode weighing over 600 pounds, and it's not hard to see how she got there. Because she's so large, despite being able to walk around and bathe herself, her boyfriend Christian needs to do pretty much everything else for her. This makes her attitude even more frustrating, as she
I really want to know for people who are like 600 plus, what happened? Like, what made you get to that point? Like for me, I used to play football, so like my weight was controlled. I don't play no more, so I hit the gym sometimes. I work and I walk around a lot at work. Like I legitimately, I could walk like 10,000 steps at work. And that's for one shift. So I can control myself there. And like I go to a pool and stuff like that, but I want to know, like, do they just think because they have thyroid problems and all that, is it just that, or is it something else? I really want to know, to be honest.
lies to her boyfriend about where she goes during the day.
He doesn't know when I go to get food because I get dressed to go out and I tell him it's for errands. But it's a lie because the only thing I'm going to do is eat.
Maya lies to her boyfriend so she doesn't feel judged and embarrassed about going to multiple drive-thrus. This may sound obvious, but I think it's quite clear that Christian knows she goes to the drive-thrus and just wants to keep the peace. In the car to the drive-thrus, Maya admits that sometimes she will go to 4 places in a row, which is more than most people will go to in an entire month, let alone in a single morning. Her first stop is McDonald's, and her order is mammoth to say the least.
Can I get 2 sausage burritos, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a sausage muffin with egg?
So with her order of 2 sausage burritos, a bacon, egg and cheese, and a sausage and egg muffin, this brings her calories to start her morning to around 1,200 and costs around
I won't lie, the bacon egg burritos are goated. And McDonald's, goated.
$15. But this wasn't enough, and Maya isn't full yet.
There's no words for that feeling when you taste something you love. It's incredible, but it feels like that meal is gone in a second.
And gone in a second, she says. I looked back for a second. That saw the egg and sauce, that bacon, egg, and cheese was gone. No wonder she feels like it's gone in a second. She's slurping that shit down like crazy.
So I move on to the next things I'm craving.
Next, she pulls up to the Arby's drive-thru and puts through
Who the hell goes to Arby's? She's the reason why they're still in business.
another massive order.
Can I get a beef and cheddar sandwich, jalapeno roast beef slider, and your ultimate BLT sandwich?
With the beef and cheddar sandwich,
The hell is that? The hell is that? That is disgusting. Disgusting. Get away from me.
jalapeno roast beef slider, and
That looks worse. I promise you. In commercials, they'd be like, "Oh, look, this looks nice, right?" I don't know how. Always makes that look bad, and in real life, it looks even worse.
an ultimate BLT sandwich, which by
That's the only
far
thing
has
that
the
looks
most
good. Only
calories of
thing.
any of her meals this morning. All confirmed, she digs in yet again. She decides to enter a spree of drive-thrus here, and finishes her morning having eaten 2,679 calories and having spent $31, which is probably enough to feed 2 or 3 people. I'm going to make a full video
$31
on
ain't bad
Maya,
though.
as her addiction to food was so strong, and her relationship with her family was made extremely difficult because of that. So make sure you listen to Dr. Now and subscribe to my channel.
I encourage everybody to subscribe to the Craig's
Yep.
YouTube channel and enjoy the videos.
Now, although Maya hid her food addiction, Bethany was much more brazen about hers, as she has her children bring her a ridiculous amount of fast food to binge on. Bethany's episode starts with her saying she hates her life, and she's in constant misery. At 40 years old and over 600 pounds,
Nah, go back.
she hates her life, and she's in
The ankle to calf ratio, like you legit, I see foot and I don't see ankle no more. I don't know. That looks like oh my god, I can't say it. Never mind.
constant misery. At 40 years old and over 600 pounds, she needs her 10-year-old daughter to help her get ready for the day. She has another 18-year-old daughter that does cook for her, and she does start by cooking her mother a breakfast of 3 eggs and some toast. This is just a normal breakfast and obviously isn't too crazy. However, Bethany gets hungry during the making of this breakfast, so has a muffin and a bun and a packet of what looks like crackers before she has her breakfast. This is pretty tame as far as 600-pound life breakfasts go though, and the real shocking meal comes later into her episode as she orders a pizza feast all for herself. When her daughters arrive home from school, they order a meal consisting of 2 pizzas and a massive box of multiple slices of garlic bread. I try to find the specific restaurant, but not being from America and my knowledge of the fast food chains over there being limited, we have to make some assumptions here. So it looks like 2 large mushroom and pepper pizzas, which would have around 3,000 to 4,000 calories in total. But what really takes the cake is the massive box of cheesy garlic bread she orders for basically all herself.
That's when food became this thing in life, like it is now, where I have to have it.
At my count, there's 15 slices there, and at minimum 350 calories per slice. That totals up to 5,250 calories just on garlic bread. She does give a couple of slices of pizza and a slice of garlic bread to her daughters, but not too much. And it looks like
they need to change these angles.
she ate no less than 8.
Do they ask them to wear underwear and a shirt and just stand there? That's some crazy work if they do, bro.
1,000 calories in this one meal. She does leave the crusts though, so maybe she saved some calories there.
The only thing that could help me escape it was food, so I was just eating my way through life at that time and gaining. So I put on another 100 pounds after that and got up to the 400s by the time I was 15.
Now, like Maya before Bethany,
400 by
Karina
15.
also tries to hide her food habit, but in a very different way. Featuring in season 6 of the show, and much like the other stars, her first thought every morning is that she survived the night. Her following thought is wondering what she's going to have for breakfast, which is the sad reality of living with a deep food addiction. She lives with her parents, and the only time she leaves the house is to the grocery store with them, while being carried in the back of their people carrier. But house is to the grocery store with them, while being
Way this man, I don't know if I could pause it on time. Let's see.
lives with her parents, and the only time she leaves the house is to the grocery store with them, while being
The way this man is looking at her is with disdain. Bro, the way he's looking at her, he's like, she's a deviant. Does not belong to this world, bro. He looking like, I'm 60. I may be big, but how the hell are you bigger than me?
being carried in the back of their people carrier. But she only does this so she knows her parents are going to buy what she wants from the store.
My parents have to drive me and I sit in the back of the van on the floor. So they literally had to fold the seats in the van down, put a blanket on the floor.
As she's wheeled around the store, her parents do not question anything she wants. Ice cream, chips, cakes, and more, with nothing being off limits. Even though her parents don't question her meals and know she eats a massive amount of food, she still attempts to hide her addiction. When her
I ain't gonna lie. That's where you blame the parents. You're enabling them. If let's say God puts a hope. That is my child, right? She's like, let me get some cake. I look at her, bitch, you're so oh no, I can't say. You're too big to be eating all this. You're on a show to lose weight or achieve that first, then do whatever you like. 'Cause legitimately, right now, if they're taking her to the store buy whatever she wants, they're enabling her. That's on them.
parents leave for the evening and go to dinner, Karina allows herself to order even more food.
I have 2 medium pizzas with pepperoni and sausage, 1 order of cheese sticks, 24 honey chipotle wings, and the double chocolate chip brownie.
Delivery or carry out?
This will be for delivery. Thank you.
When the food arrives and is laid out on the bed, Karina rubs her hands together as she looks at the mountain of food in front of her. Starting with the Karina rubs her hands.
She hit that. She hit that devious spine, bro.
Together as she looks at the mountain of food in front of her. Starting with the medium pizzas, they probably have at minimum 2,500 calories in them each. And I'm not sure what restaurant she got them from, but if we go off the Papa John's menu, those 24 wings
Nah, let me look at them boxes.
they probably have at minimum a mountain of food in front of her. On the bed, Karina rubs her hands together.
There's garlic sauce. Papa John's. There's Papa John's. Garlic sauce is the only place.
As she looks at the mountain of food in front
of
her. Starting with the medium pizzas, they probably have at minimum 2,500 calories in them each. And I'm not sure what restaurant she got them from, but if we go off the Papa John's menu, those 24 wings will have another 2,500 calories in them. The majority of the calories coming from the sauce they are in. She tops the meal off with a brownie, with one square having 250 calories, so another 2,250.
I won't lie, I don't like brownies like that. Like, if it's a once in a while snack, but like for people who be like, yo, let's make brownies, man. No, they're not that good. People glaze them way too much.
Calories there, and a garlic bread, which is at minimum 1,000 calories. So in this absolute feast, she will devour around 8,250 calories, which explains how her weight has ballooned to this size, and has now meant that her bed needs to be held up with cinder blocks.
It makes me feel warm.
Size, and has now meant that her bed needs to be
cinder blocks. My God. Center blocks is crazy work. She's in the bed like my bed ain't even on center blocks. My bed's on the ground, flat. I don't even got a bed frame. What a life, bro. Thank you, Lord, for but like center blocks. I really hope she got like help in the end. Like she was able to achieve her goal or whatever, bro. Because crazy eats.
Held up with cinder blocks.
It makes me feel warm and good inside, if only for a short while. But I'm afraid that one day I'm just gonna need too much. I'm probably gonna die from a heart attack, or I'm gonna suffocate. But I can't.
What was that angle?
This somehow wasn't as big as the next page
That was too much.
Actually was so large, it made headlines in the news. In season 11 of the show, we met Chris, whose legs are so fat.
Bro, this angle is actually pissing me off. Because they all got the same fit. They're wearing shorts or underwear, some type of thing, and a shirt. And then the dude's from not here, face to face. He's yeah, the great angle, man, great angle type thing. Nah, I'm doing them wrong.
That they push against each other, meaning he can barely stand up. Despite this, he can take care of himself and do most daily tasks, which includes making his own breakfast.
My weight makes it challenging to cook the kind of breakfast that I want. Because of the weight and the fat in between my legs, I can't stand up straight, so they're constantly pushing apart. which makes it
Different
really
kind of
uncomfortable
bread.
standing in the kitchen for a long period of time. So I actually have to sit on a cooler that I
Okay,
sit
bro,
on
then
when
pull
I'm
your pants
cooking.
up.
This is the scene which made headlines and led to comments such as, "This is my food for an entire week," and honestly, it isn't an exaggeration. Now, it's pretty impossible to track the calories of this meal as he just has a pan full of bacon, another massive pan full of scrambled eggs, sausages in the oven, and of course cheese to melt on top. Chris puts all of these ingredients into a breakfast burrito, of which he makes
Sausage,
12.
bacon,
12 whole breakfast burritos
egg
smothered in
burritos.
sauce.
I make the meal with my stomach, not with my brain. So I have a really big
The thing is, right? That would be a great meal prep, and you're prepping it for the week. But the thing is, because how much like the craving for food that some people have, including them, they just eat it all within one sitting.
meal, and when I start eating, as soon as I hit that first bite, I eat it all. I call it going red. I can't stop.
He doesn't even take these burritos to a table and prefers to eat them at the kitchen bench to allow him to devour them quicker. Although Chris didn't eat a healthy meal, at least he made an effort to cook his food, which can't be said about Holly, who decided on the day before her weigh-in at the doctor's office she would order a greasy Chinese meal. Now, there's not really an insane amount of food here. Well, maybe it is for the average person, but the real craziness comes from the timing of her decision to get this Chinese food, which is obviously extremely high in fat, oil, and salt.
Since we just moved in, we're not really set up to cook. So we're ordering delivery from places around here a lot until we can get some pots and pans and stuff to cook with. But Ray said he's gonna look for a job tomorrow, and he'll get all that while he's out, and we can start prepping healthy meals.
Holly uses the excuse that she's just moved into her home and she can't afford pots and pans, but looking at the size of her Chinese order...
Well, did you not have some at home? Like before you moved? Like, cause like I've moved before. I moved from apartment to apartment, now I live in a house with my family now. We've taken our silverware and stuff with us, so I'm confused. Is it just not unpacked? Is it like what do you mean you gotta buy new stuff?
Surely that could have been swapped for something healthy and bought some pans to cook with. So she has a massive Chinese meal on the night, knowing full well in the morning she's going for her weigh-in with the doctor, in which she has a goal to lose 50 pounds, and that goes about as well as you're expecting.
18 pounds. I mean, at least she
I'm
lost
really
weight.
upset, and I don't understand why my
Oh, no,
progress
47
isn't that
pounds.
good. So I'm shocked and confused and nervous to hear what Dr. Now is gonna say.
She doesn't lose as much weight as Dr. Now was expecting, which caused him to question why she values food and chocolate over living. This led to one of his angriest moments, and if you want to see the rest of Dr. Now's angriest moments, click the video that's on your screen now, and I'll see you in the next one. The patient...
Thank you for watching. Have a nice night. Remember, like and subscribe so I can get into bed. Thank you. Bye.